Welcome, friends. Welcome to another edition of More Bad News, brought to you as always by Camel Cigarettes. Take the Camel's Challenge, smoke Camels for 30 days, and see for yourself what a difference Camels can make in your life. There's never been a better time to take up smoking. Remember that when more doctors smoked Camels, we were the greatest nation on the face of the earth. No one would ever have thought of trying to make America great again. When more doctors smoked Camels, we crushed the Nazis and nuked the Japanese. We were the greatest nation on the face of the earth. The generation that chose Camels above all other cigarettes was the greatest generation. And they were the parents of the boomers, the generation that switched from Camels to Marlboros. And they gave us the generation X, Y, and Z. That's it, folks. Z is the end of the line. Yes, when America brought tobacco smoking to the world, and by the time more doctors smoked Camels, American cigarettes were the envy of the world. So if you really want to know what made America the greatest nation on the face of the earth, take the Camels Challenge and see for yourself what a difference Camels can make in your life. Well, my friends, I guess I should start by uh, addressing the elephant in the room. I had minor surgery on Friday morning, and this is I have a trigger finger, which was threatening to lock, and what they do is a 10-minute procedure. They make a little cut over here, and then they snip the ligament that the tendon that is holding that's causing this mechanical problem. As the surgeon said, it's a mechanical problem with a very simple mechanical solution. And now uh, I'm I got it's a little bit of pain, but basically it's coming along really well. So that was one of these surreal experiences. Once again, though, my mechanic has a big sign out that says "Faith over fear." And when I was in there waiting to have the oil change in my car, in the banter, one of them said that, "Have you ever noticed that the more education people have, the less common sense they seem to have?" And there I am, with my mask on. Um, but I expect that from my mechanic. Uh, I expect a little bit better from my orthopedic surgeon. The fact is that the healthcare facility, there's a big sign that says masking is now optional, which means that nobody's going to mask. And even in the procedure room, I'm in a procedure room. I'm having, the surgery is going to be done. It's a minor surgery, but surgery. And there's three people in that room, three professionals: the nurse, the surgeon, and the surgeon's apprentice. And none of them are wearing a mask. And I didn't say anything. I just, I'm, I've adjusted to this insanity, but it is strange the degree to which the world has changed. Um, and so uh, that was my experience last week. But of course, my friends, it was another week of very bad news. We celebrated the second anniversary of the war in Ukraine and the third anniversary of the January 6th insurrection just yesterday. I heard that the Republican Party in Florida was planning to have a big party celebrating January 6th. Marjorie Taylor Greene was going to be the hostess, uh, and uh, it was there are a lot of great patriots who are in prison right now for their heroic deeds on that day. But once Donald Trump is back in the White House where he belongs, they're going to be given pardons, maybe even medals. When I was talking about the collapse of our civilization, the collapse of any kind of rationality is a part of that. The things no longer really make sense. Um, there were three principles that the show was based on. One, thinking and learning are different things. Thinking only takes place in the present moment, in the presence of a question that you don't have any answer to. That's entirely different from learning. Most students in college, most of the things that they do is learn. They go in, they learn what they're supposed to learn, and then a test is for them to show that they have learned what they were supposed to learn. They can repeat it back. It's not thinking. Um, the second thing that was a fundamental of the show was that everything that we ever thought we knew for sure has turned out to be completely false. We thought that the sun went around the earth, but that was completely wrong. But more to the point, we were sure that we ourselves, we were the center of the universe. And third, uh, we move into the future with our eyes towards the past. Like the angel of history, we can only see the pile of debris that piles up in front of our feet as we are being blown backwards into the future by a storm that's blowing out of paradise. And that storm is what we call progress. One of the things that we have always been sure of is that there's going to be a great war between good and evil, and good will triumph, and the lion will lay down with the lamb. And not only we're not going to end in extinction, but not only is that not going to happen, but the dead will come back alive. There'll be resurrection of the dead. In his book, The Nutmeg's Curse, Amitav Ghosh points out that one of the delusions that is part of the Great Derangement, that is the way he calls what I was been described, the Great Derangement, it just seems like nothing makes sense anymore. Common sense and a common way for us to think and talk to each other is collapsing. But so one of the ways to conceive of the Great Derangement is the belief that people, especially white people, will be blessed with salvation. At the end of time, there's going to be this great struggle between good and evil, and a small number of people will be raptured or will be saved. Only the brutes will be destroyed in this massive extinction process, but those who have been given grace, those who are select, they will survive. I recall a scene after Trump had nearly died of COVID when he was returning from the hospital to the White House, and he looked a wreck, but his tie was undone. He defiantly ripped off his mask as if to say that he was stronger than the disease and that he remained defiant in the face of the danger. Lesser men might cower in fear and wear masks, but the believers will choose faith over fear. And as I said, I understand that logic from my mechanic. I have a harder time when it comes from my orthopedic surgeon. Well, my friends, that's it for this week's edition of More Bad News. I hope to be back next week for another show. As my father used to say, we live in hope. So stay safe, and hopefully next week with more bad news.